Good evening, wrestling fans. Welcome back to another edition of Evolution of Pro Wrestling. Today, we are welcoming back to the show the evil genius, the fearless leader of Atomic Revolutionary Wrestling, Mr. Alex Red. He will be on the show promoting an entire card for July 27th, which we're going to be talking about on this show. Let's welcome him into the show right now. Okay, this is going to be an awesome card. He's going to be coming up. He's going to be explaining, and these matches are going to be crazy. All right, and I believe he is there. And let's plug him. Mr.
What's up,
Alex
man?
Red, fearless leader, evil genius of Atomic Revolutionary Wrestling. Welcome back to the show. Always a pleasure, sir. Always a pleasure, sir. How you doing?
I'm doing really good, actually. How are you doing tonight, my friend?
I'm good. I'm hyped to talk about this event, Wham Bam Slam, man. It's probably by far one of the best cards you're promoting so far. I'm thinking it's gonna steal the
Thank
show
you.
from the last one.
Big return to Orlando, nonetheless. And it's so weird that you say that. I was literally just talking about that with Greg this past Saturday. I was like, man, after every show, we say, okay, now how are we going to top this show? Because we always have to, try and one up the last show and just try and make it the best it can be. And yeah, when putting together this match card, I was like looking at the lineup, and I'm just like, wow, these are just insane, these first time matchups, and I'm like picturing some of them in my mind. It's gonna be chaos. That's the
Oh, I
word.
can imagine.
Chaos.
I definitely can
So
imagine, especially in Orlando, the way it's gonna be with most of these matches that you have. It's like is one in particular that I'm definitely gonna be looking forward to hearing about and your opinion on it. But let's
okay.
begin. First off, you have a triple threat match with three hungry men right now that are looking to pretty much make a name for themselves. You have D Ramos, Vertigo, and JD Amazing, one half of the tag team champions, as they do the
Yep.
Freebird rule. Last time we saw D Ramos and Vertigo go at it, it was a war. These two like literally
Yeah.
went at it. Vertigo took the match. He won himself into the tournament. What are your thoughts on this triple threat match?
My thoughts are that is going to be an absolute fight. All three of those men are just they're beast. All three of them, they're just big guys, and they have a lot of power behind their hits. Um, if I oh wow I th- when me and the general manager Jason Dugan were sitting down, going over who we think has the potential to win this match, and who stands out, who this match in particular was a tough one to call because all three men are just beasts. That's literally the word. Vertigo, he's been in the hardcore division for so long. D Ramos, he's main evented, the WXW Office School. He was their, champion and in the tag teams with New Yorkers. And he's been doing NXT and all that stuff. And then you look at someone like JD Amazing, who's, a veteran in the business. He's been around for a while and he's just dominated everywhere he's gone. He's a former Atomic Heavyweight Champion, Hardcore Champion, and now the current, tag team champion. And it is so tough to call this one. I mean, honestly, this is probably the one match I don't have a prediction for. This is the one match I won't have a prediction for, just because they are just three just insane fighting physical specimens. Like it's gonna be insane. It's gonna be a brawl.
No, I definitely have to agree with you with that because, as I said, I've seen these men fight. I've seen them fight in promotions, certain promotions. JD Amazing coming back from injury to me has been more ruthless and more aggressive than he's ever been before. Vertigo with his momentum
Oh,
winning over D Ramos, exactly 100%,
100%.
100%. Vertigo after that victory at D Ramos, he's also going in with momentum. But I'm not taking anything away from D Ramos. D.
Right.
Ramos is still a powerhouse. The man can get it done. He can still put asses in the seats. He still can destroy his competition. So I gotta agree with you. I can't really pick a winner.
Absolutely.
I'm gonna stay neutral with this one, but I know it's gonna be a hell of a match, and it's gonna no punches are gonna be pulled. That's for damn sure.
Oh no, that's it. It's just going to be hard hitting. That's what that match is going to be, just hard hitting, straight to your
Absolutely.
face.
Now we talk about JD Amazing. Now we come to the
Actually,
brothers in arms.
I was gonna say actually real quick, also while we're on this topic about JD Amazing, you're right. Coming back from injury, if you pay attention to his page, he's been posting these workout videos, and man, that dude is just a beast in the gym.
Yeah.
He can go, and it
He's
just
looking
that
for
shows you
the
the strength and how serious he takes this. He's so passionate.
hmm
So
No, absolutely. He's looking to make a statement. He's back. He's ready to wreak havoc, and he's not taking any prisoners with him.
yep,
So it's going to be
yep.
interesting to see where this goes with him now. Now we got the brothers in arms against Brian Idol and Vandale
Uh,
Ortega. Ortega, I'm sorry. First time ever I see these
Vandal
two.
Ortigan.
Ortigan, I'm sorry. Randall Ortigan, he is, I've heard about this man. I've heard about this man. This man is a very aggressive wrestler. Brian
He is.
Idol, also very high flyer, also very aggressive. I think they're gonna give Brothers in Arms a run for their money in this one. I don't want to side against the Brothers in Arms because they're great wrestlers, but I've heard about these gentlemen, and it's looking kind of you know lopsided here. But I think I'm gonna stay neutral to this one. What do you think of this matchup?
First of all, incredible matchup, first time ever. Um, right off the bat, I'm gonna have to say my pick is Brothers in Arms, just because to me that's always been the safe bet since the beginning of time for Atomic. Brothers in Arms, they're now a three-time Atomic Tag Team champions, and they successfully, won the tag team championships from Wes Briscoe, Garrett Bischoff, at the last show. So I mean, they know what it's like to be in the ring with veterans. And Vandal Ortigan and Brian Idol, they are definitely veterans of the business. And I'm not going to take anything away from them. Brian Idol, he was actually on WWE's when they did the Evolve this past weekend. He was a part of it, and that was a big thing when Paul Heyman came to the ring. Brian Idol was there. Brian Idol's an amazing competitor. Vandal Ortigan, you've seen him in NXT. He used to be Johnny Vandal, just another amazing competitor. Um, but my reasoning more so for Brothers in Arms is because Jason Dugan actually faced Vandal Ortigan one-on-one when Atomic was in South Florida, and he successfully defended his Atomic Rapid Fire, then it was known as the Cruiserweight Championship against Vandal Ortigan. So he knows what to expect from Vandal in the ring. Brian Idol's the wild card here, but he's the bigger guy. But then you look at someone like JD Amazing or Ray Zion. It's the Freebird rule. So you look at that and you wonder. I don't know. Could there be some tricks up their sleeves? I don't know. I got to give the advantage Brothers in Arms though, all the way.
I respect that. I'll stick to being neutral. I don't want to step over anybody's toes, so I'll leave it at that. But I know that's going to be a hell of a match too. I'm not taking
Absolutely.
anything away from Jason Dugan and Ray Zion. They're excellent talent, so it's going to be interesting to see that. The
It's gonna be a
match,
great match.
a lot of people, oh, absolutely, I have no doubt. But the match, I'm definitely am thinking about that. This match was ruthless in the last event.
Uh,
Destiny and Sue Young,
yeah.
Atomic Bombshell Championship street fight, Orlando street fight. The last time these girls fought, it was hell. Like they went at it
Oh,
with
it
each other.
was.
And
It
I'm
was.
I
Yep.
I can imagine now that there's no rules on how the hell this is gonna go.
Nope.
I actually have to pick Destiny in this one. Not taking anything away from Sue Young. She's a hell of a competitor, hell of a fighter. But I see when Destiny's backed into a corner, she's like a tiger ready to explode. So
Yeah. Um, no, actually, fair point. That's kind of the way I look at Destiny as well. Like you're saying, But I'm actually going to have to disagree here and say I think Su Young is going to end up becoming the Atomic Bombshells championship, or I'm sorry, champion. And here's why. Su Young, she's the undead bride. We've seen everything she's capable of on Impact. Especially with James Mitchell's around, and you never know. James Mitchell might be lurking around. He does, live kind of close to Orlando, um, so you never know. But the thing is, the way the match went last time, there wasn't really a clear-cut winner. I mean, Destiny was, but Su Young was ready for a fight, but then Destiny was ready for a fight. Um, Veteran instinct, everything goes to Su Young. Um, I gotta lean towards Su Young. I think the Undead Bride is going to be the next Bombshells champion. That's what I'm thinking.
Okay, no, hey, that
I'm
anything can
scared.
happen.
First of all, though, I'm scared to see what they're going to do, though, because I mean, here's the thing. Normally, our shows are at the convention center, and we can't really do anything to their building or anything. We're more little confined in there. This is an Orlando street fight, and this building, you really can't contain people in this building that we're going to be in at the Pro Wrestling 2.0 Training Center. And I think you might actually see this go onto the streets, in the parking lots and stuff. So it's going to be crazy. That's all I'm thinking is it's going to be absolutely insane.
Oh
Insane.
man, I can imagine it's gonna be war. It's gonna be all out war, and it's
Yeah.
like, oh man. But before we get into the next matches, there's been a lot of going on with the hardcore title with Jerry Swirls and Ray Zion, and a lot of stuff going on. But we also
Yep.
have seen a lot going on with Alex Misery. Alex Misery
Yep.
is kind of pretty much trying to put a name for himself out there, taking on Jesse Neal a couple of weeks ago, going for the hardcore title as well. Do
Yeah.
you think that's going to play a part in this event with the hardcore championship just coming out of nowhere and being defended, or just raising hell pretty much in the event?
Yes, I do. Eh, I mean, it's a 24/7 championship, it could literally be won anywhere, anytime, and especially when you know where the champion's going to be. Like right now, currently, three-time champion is Zach Monstar, and you already know he's advertised for a match against Fulton, so everyone knows where he's going to be. And as you saw at the last show, Alex Misery came out, waited for that right moment after the match, did it, and then Jerry Swirls came up out of nowhere, which that was absurd. Um, but that's what I think's interesting here because they know where the champion is, and I think if anyone's smart, they're going to wait for that right moment when the champion's a little weakened, and they'll strike. So yeah, I very much do think something is very possible to happen at the show. Yes,
Well,
anything, anytime, anywhere. Yep.
absolutely, and there's only one way to find out for fans to actually go to the show and witness it. So if they're
Yep.
watching this now, they better buy some tickets. Now, you mentioned a hardcore title with that, which brings us to the former hardcore champion. No, I'm sorry, not former. He actually just won the title again, Zach Monster, the hardcore
Yes.
champion, against Fulton. First time ever, first time match. I can't even make a prediction with this one.
Again, another one of those matches where it's just holy shit, it's just another epic matchup of two just so okay, wow. All right, let's give the facts here. Fulton, he was with Atomic Wrestling for a year. He is a former Atomic Tag Team Champion. He was actually a tag team champion with Vertigo, and he held the titles for quite some time, nearly a year. And Fulton, he's been making quite a name for himself in OVE, in Impact Wrestling, with Sammy Callahan and Dave and Jake. And Fulton's become a madman, but when it comes to entering the madhouse, um, here's the thing. I mean, Zach Monstar, he just won the championship back at Real Pro Championship. I'm sorry, Real Pro Wrestling down in Fort Myers just a week and a half ago, a couple weeks ago. And right after he won it, what did he do? He put it on the line in a death match. And I'm talking there was glass, there was bamboo sticks, there was a Ouija board. I've never seen anything like that. Um, wow, I said that triple threat was going to be the only one I didn't have a prediction on. Man, the more I say this, the more I realize I don't know if I have a prediction on this either. Because the thing is, you have the Madman entering the Madhouse, and I've seen Fulton do some really just beast things lately and some insane things in Impact, especially with Sammy Callahan directing him. But then I've seen Zach Monstar go through glass and light tubes. So, God, I don't know. Both of them are going to win. I don't. We have a we have co-champions. I don't know. I
No,
don't know, man.
it's gonna be a difficult pick. It's gonna be a hell of a match, so it's one to look for, you know. And I just saw
That's
Mitch's
actually
message
not
there.
not to be biased or anything, but that match in particular is my personal favorite and the one I'm looking forward to the most on the card. That one right there.
Yeah.
So
No, that's it. I know a lot of people are gonna be looking forward to seeing that match too. And I just saw a comment from Alex Misery. He's looking to get his hands on Jerry Swirls because he still hasn't
uh,
forgotten what he did when Jerry Swirls took the title, out of nowhere.
well, okay,
So it
so
might be a
to that
rematch
point
again.
though, actually, to that point though, here's the thing. Alex Misery, he's been busting his ass. He's actually been in the hardcore division a little bit. The tag team division. He's been doing all that. And Jerry Swirls, he's just kind of this goofy dipshit idiot that comes out of nowhere. He referee, or no, fan turned referee, turned commentator, turned now wrestler. And you know what? As much as I want to knock Jerry Swirls, he's uh
He's been
he's making
surviving.
statements. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah,
he's
he
been
is.
surviving. Surprisingly enough, he's been taking everything the general manager has been giving him. So kind of
That's the thing.
surprising.
He has the heart, he has the passion, and he's not letting anything get in his way. That's the other thing is I can see he's willing to do anything and everything that's needed to, make a name for himself, no matter how bizarre or outrageous it is. But to that point, you know, Alex Misery is in a group called Anarchy, complete anarchy. So they can also do anything, anywhere, anytime. So I'm kind of curious to see what happens there now. Now that they're making that statement, I'm kind of curious to see it.
Absolutely, absolutely. This is one of my personal favorite match. Um, Simon Gotch
Yes,
against Chuckle. First time ever. Former WWE
unique,
superstar.
very unique.
Chuckles, Mr. Hardcore. Man is phenomenal in the ring. The man feels no pain. He's like the Mick Foley of Atomic to me. I'm like, this man is
That's a good example. That is a great example. Absolutely.
like he's phenomenal. Like he takes everything you got. This one, even though I like Simon Gotch from WWE, I would have to give this one to Chuckles. You know, that's just me. I've seen them both fight. I've seen them in the Von Villains in WWE. I've seen Chuckles in a whole bunch of other promotions. I've seen him in Atomic.
Right.
But I know when he is ready for battle, he's just gonna go at you with no hesitation whatsoever.
I'm actually going to have to agree with you on this one. I'm thinking Chuckles as well. Exactly to your point, we've seen Chuckles do some really bizarre, unique things. He's the king of the clowns, and you enter the playhouse for him. And Simon Gotch, he has the vaudevillain, so the vaudevillain feel entering a playhouse. It's very interesting dynamic. Simon Gotch, he's a veteran. He's been doing this for a long time. He has the experience. He's been making waves. He's been doing a lot since he left WWE. He's a hell of a fighter. He really is a fighter, like a shoot type fighter, a stiff kind of, he's ready to fight. Um, but Chuckles, he's very unpredictable. I mean, anything from it's like you see him doing these weird, bizarre things in the ring, and you think, what is this guy doing? What is this clown doing? But you start to realize that it's all just mind games, and he's very good at the mind games. So I think Chuckles is going to play some of those mind games with Simon Gotch, and yeah, I got to go with you. I think Chuckles got this one. Absolutely.
Absolutely. And not to cut you off, There was another comment. Alex Misery wants Jerry Swirls. He said, hardcore match, Alex Misery against Jerry Swirls. Book the match. And these are his words. Book the match. He wants that match. I'm hoping the general manager is listening to this. He wants them, and he wants them
Yep.
bad. So
He's got to
it's the
pitch
whole
his
point of
case with the general manager.
this.
Here's the thing. I'm the owner, I'm the CEO and all that, but I hired a general manager to kind of take the stress off my shoulders and handle this. So Alex Misery, he wants a match against Jerry Swirls. I mean, personally, I love it. I think it's a great idea. Um, get with the general manager, Jason Dugan, see if we can make it happen.
Absolutely. Now we got another match here, which I actually I'm gonna say I'm gonna enjoy. It's a good match. Garrett Bischoff against Chico Adams. As much as Chico Adams
Yes.
whines and complains about the crowd, the man is still talented. The man can do it in the ring. He gave Adam Rose a hell of a match before his second to retirement match. So
Yep.
it's kind of hard to call with this one. And Garrett Bischoff, former Atomic Tag Team Champion with West Briscoe, he's also
Yep.
talented. The man is aggressive. He's ruthless in the ring. Um, I want to say Chico Adams, but I say I have to give this one to Garrett because Garrett, since losing the tag team titles, I think he's becoming more straightforward to the singles competition and want to be more aggressive and get to the top.
He has more to prove.
Yeah.
Okay. Um, this is a tough one to call. Um, very much like you're saying, Garrett Bischoff, he's a former, Atomic Tag Team Champion. Obviously, he's been around the wrestling business since he was a kid because, his father is Eric Bischoff, who's now an executive director for WWE, which congratulations to him. That is phenomenal, and I can't wait to see how that plays out. But Garrett Bischoff, he has that Bischoff name, so he's always had that chip on his shoulder, that he's had something to prove. And more so now that, he lost the tag team championship, he really does have something to prove now. And but I gotta I gotta disagree with you. I think Chico Adams is gonna take this one. And it's because Chico Adams is a former two-time Atomic Next Level champion. And so he has the experience factor in this division, the next level division. Chico Adams, he's been in the ring with Adam Rose. He's been in the ring with Wes Briscoe. He's actually been in the ring before with Garrett Bischoff. I mean, this is the first time one-on-one. But Chico and CJ faced off against Garrett and Wes as a tag team previously. And while they weren't successful, Chico, still got to be in the match and kind of got to study Garrett Bischoff. So I'm going to have to go towards the future of sports entertainment. I think Chico Adams is going to be the one to advance in this one. Either way, I think it's going to be a great match. Both great competitors, but I got to go with Chico on this one. Chico.
Absolutely, I respect that, and I'm hoping, and I'm actually not hoping. I know it's going to be an excellent match, and I know
Oh
they're
yeah.
just going to put on the show. Absolutely. Now, the main event, triple threat
Whew.
ladder match for the Atomic Heavyweight Championship. C.J. Doyle versus Jesse
Yes.
Neal versus Axe Clover. You know the history
Yes.
with Jesse Neal. Axe Clover, heavyweight champion. He has been more aggressive than before since he's become champion. But I think with Jesse Neal's mind on something else might play a part in this title match. So
Right.
I really can't give a prediction here. I want to say Jesse Neal, but with CJ Doyle, also aggressive wrestler, Alex Clover, it's gonna be a hell of a ladder match that it's possibly gonna change the face of wrestling in Atomic come that match.
Yeah.
In my opinion anyway.
Absolutely.
So
Absolutely. Actually, real quick to your point, I think that's the thing. Exactly like what you're saying with Jesse Neal, his head's elsewhere. What we saw at the last Atomic show was Freedom come out there with Mandy Scarlett and that distraction, and taking Jesse Neal out of the match. And we don't really know what happened to Jesse. We know there was a brawl that happened backstage, and we haven't got any answers for that. So, and that's the thing is Freedom's kind of been haunting Jesse Neal for quite some time. And, now they've finally attacked him. And I don't know. I don't think his head's there. But to be fair, I think he needs to. He's been the face of Atomic for so long. And, but freedom comes into play and things change. So maybe he's got to take care of the freedom problem before he can get back to the top. I don't know. I hope his head's right for this. The interesting thing is it's a triple threat. Anything can happen. Will freedom be lurking around the corner? Who knows? Um, I actually have to pick CJ O'Doyle to win this one. And I'm going based off of history here. So at the very first ever Atomic show back in February 2017, our main event to crown the first ever Atomic Heavyweight Champion was CJ O'Doyle versus Axe Clover. And CJ O'Doyle was victorious and became the company's first ever champion. He went on to defend the championship against Colt Cabana, against Adam Rose, and against Axe Clover again, and successful. And CJ O'Doyle, he hasn't made much of a statement because he's kind of been, kind of lost. I feel like he's been lost since losing the championship the first year. And this is his time right now, I think, because maybe there's a bit of a chip on his shoulder because, he was the company's first ever champion, and he has to sit back and watch someone like Jesse Neal become the face of, Atomic. And then you look at Axe Clover, who's kind of taken the title from Jesse. I mean, there's just so much history. There's so much story. There's so much there. But I got to go with CJ O'Doyle. I think we're going to crown a new champion that night. I think it's going to be a complete shocker. I'm sure Freedom will be there to distract Jesse. I think CJ O'Doyle will become a two-time Atomic Heavyweight Champion. He knows what it takes to beat Axe Clover. He's never defeated Jesse Neal. They have faced one-on-one, but he's never defeated him. Jesse actually won that match, but Jesse's head's not there. It's with Freedom. So CJ O'Doyle's my pick. New champion.
Absolutely. I can respect that. It's hard to say as fans if you're hearing, though. There's only one way to find out. Purchase your tickets for July 27th. Wham,
Yes.
Bam, Slam. It's an event you're not going to want to miss. As you know, in triple threat rules, you don't have to be pinned to lose a title. So that's what makes it unique.
The championship's actually going to be hanging.
It's actually on the ladder. So it's going to be very interesting to see that match. So, but there's only one way to find out, and I have no doubt that you're going to blow the roof off the blocks with this show. This will probably be the best one yet.
Thank you. A lot of work has gone into this one. I mean, hell, a lot of work goes into every show we do. Literally, we're writing our shows right now for WrestleMania week. But once the show is over, we pack everything up and we head out. We usually go to a Denny's or something, and then what do? We start talking about it. So I think I'm really excited to see how this show happens. It's our big return to Orlando. And I'm excited to go back to Orlando. It's been a year, and I think Orlando is going to start seeing us a lot more after this. So a lot of big stuff planned. Stuff I really can't say yet, but there's going to be some major announcements coming here soon. Thinking ahead real quick, if I can plug it, we just announced that we're doing 2 shows WrestleMania week, which I'm really, really excited for that. We did WrestleMania week in Orlando back in 2017, and it was such a great time. But this time I decided I wanted to up the game, and I wanted to give us a hometown show in Cocoa, for everyone. Maybe some people can't make it to WrestleMania, but, we'll have a bunch of people in town who want to come see a hometown show. And then, of course, I'm going to give us a Tampa show, and it's going to be a great week. I can't wait for WrestleMania week. It's going to be fun.
Sounds awesome. That's great, man. So
there's going to be a lot of big debuts WrestleMania week, should I say. Surprise, surprise.
Oh, that's good. And I'm sure the fans are going to be looking forward to these announcements. Mr. Alex Red.
Uh-oh, the audio feed
Evil
cut. I can't
Genius.
hear you. Oh, no.
Can you hear me now?
Ah, the audio feed cut. I can't hear you.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
It got
I'm sorry.
quiet.
Can you hear me? Oh, hold on. Ah, hold on.
Hold on. Let me try exiting out.
Can you hear me now?
Let me try exiting it out and then joining it one more time real quick.
Okay.
See if that does something.
All right.
Hey there.
Yeah, can you hear me now?
Yes, now I can hear you. Okay, okay.
All right. I was just gonna finish off the show saying it's been a pleasure as always. The evil genius, fearless leader of Atomic Revolutionary
Thank
Wrestling,
you.
the new face of Extreme. As what's your motto that you say all the time?
No egos, no divas, just extreme wrestling.
There
Yes.
you go. So fans, here you have it. Purchase your tickets July 27th. Wham, bam, slam. You are not going to want to miss it. Mr. Alex Red, it's been a pleasure having you on the show as always. Thank you for coming
Brother,
on. You know, you're always welcomed on the show. And we wish you luck on this event and knock them out of the park, man.
man, thank you so much for having me. I always appreciate it. And as you know, Atomic Revolutionary Wrestling 100% supports evolution of pro wrestling.
Thank
Thank you
you.
for everything you do for the business. And outside of just talking about Atomic, one of these days I'd like to actually try and schedule it to get together and talk wrestling, like, you know, what's going on in AEW and WWE and all
Of
that. And
course.
maybe
Absolutely.
have you as a have you as a guest on the Atomic Drop podcast or something, and you, me, and Greg, we all just sit there and talk what's going on in the world of wrestling or something. So,
Absolutely. It'll be my pleasure, sir.
absolutely. Thank you so much, man.
Take care.
Have a good night, man.
There you have it, fans. Alex Red, the evil genius, fearless leader of Atomic Revolutionary Wrestling. He is promoting Wednesday 7th, 6 p.m. to 10 p.m. The event is open. Tickets are still on sale. This is one you're not going to want to miss. From all of us here, what's going on, Rich? Thank you for watching. Thank you, everyone, for watching and showing your support. And Greg Allen, I appreciate you guys watching and showing the support for Evolution of Pro Wrestling, as well as to Atomic. Feel free to follow us with the new Evolution shirts at Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube. From all of us here at Evolution of Pro Wrestling, have a good night, guys.